Now, power-ups are incredibly important for the Mario series because without them, everything would become a lot more linear. So of course, people love the idea of more and more and more power-ups of any kind, especially odd ones. And to be honest, there have been some wacky ones throughout the series making anything possible. If something like the metal cap, which turns Mario into metal, makes him invulnerable and extremely heavy, and others like the spring mushroom, which makes you bounce around instead of walk, actually exist, then anything is possible. So as you could have expected, there have been some fake power-ups that fooled a ton of people throughout the years. And today we will take a look at two of them that were supposedly seen in Super Mario World and 64, two of the most popular Mario games. Let's start with our 2D title, Super Mario World, which was a launch title for the SNES in 1990. As such, it's the sequel to Super Mario Bros. 3. The game was produced by Shigeru Miyamoto, featuring music composed by Koju Kondo and graphics designed by Shigefumi Hino. This was the first Mario game in which Yoshi, Wigglers, Monty Moles, the Cape Feather and a lot of other stuff appeared. Many of the game's enemies and obstacles are based on the game's Dinosaur Theme, with such enemies as Rexes and Dino Rhinos making their debuts in this game and affirming themselves as a part of the Mario series, and Yoshi solidifying his role as Mario's sidekick. It was quite revolutionary for its time, and a ton of new things were introduced, and so the rumors began. However, they were quite late.
In 2006, a video was posted on YouTube showing off a secret exit in the top secret area reached by leaping into a warp pipe between the two left question blocks. This warp would take the player to a hidden goal, which would in turn lead to a level on the island above called question mark, question mark, question mark. In this level, a message block containing a congratulatory message from the Nintendo stuff presenting the laser suit, which would have the properties of the cape and allow Mario to shoot lasers. Yeah, it's ridiculous and doesn't fit with the theme of the game at all, but for some reason people thought this was really in the game. Now, of course, in the year 2006 it was quite easy to download a ROM of the game, modify it and then run around screaming about a power-up that doesn't exist. The suit was actually created by Super Mario World hacker K Phoenix, who made the level and added the message so people would be fooled on YouTube. I love people. Now, normally these things are understandable to believe to an extent, however, this one doesn't have a lot going for it at all. The power-up isn't fitting for the game and the theme, and it was all so-called found way too late in the era where modding isn't that hard. Now, the top secret area that leads to the question mark island is actually filled with power-ups like the Cape Feather. The area is situated behind the Donut Ghost House and is unlocked by finding the secret exit in that ghost house. The mystery island with a laser suit that was supposedly right after it can never be reached, and there is nothing in the normal or beta code of the game indicating that it was even possible to get there at any point. Even the text that's seen on the island, which is supposedly from the Nintendo developers, is completely fake and was never in the game. Some fan wiki pages even list it as a scrap power-up, which is completely wrong. To be honest, we have no idea why people would believe it. Even with weird power-ups like the spring mushroom, this seems unlikely, especially for the setting. Okay, now let's move on to our second ability, which was a thing in Super Mario 64 according to some. In the game, there are a lot of cap power-ups that change Mario quite drastically for a short amount of time, like the Vanish Cap or the Metal Cap. However, at some point people started to wonder if there was another one in the game that was never found, the Ninja power-up. Now, we don't really know where this rumor came from. It was all of a sudden a thing and there was no initial hoax that started it all as far as we could find. However, this doesn't mean it had a small impact. This myth actually became quite big and even ended up in the mainstream Nintendo outlets. One person that knows all about this is Nintendo Power columnist Dan Olsen. He was an American video game translator at Nintendo of America, best known for his role in the translation and localization of many Nintendo video games. He played a large role in the translation of the Legend of Zelda series, with games like Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time. He's also known for his now discontinued Ask Dan column on Nintendo's official website. According to him, such a power-up does not exist, but despite repeatedly confirming that it isn't a thing, it became a very common question. After a while, his replies went from "a ninja never reveals his secrets" and "I tell you, but then I'd have to kill you," to actively flame anyone who mentioned it.
So clearly Nintendo didn't want to deal with it. and people who believed in it were holding on to their beliefs no matter what. This is one of the rumors that's even mysterious to us. There's almost no information on it at all. We couldn't even find any special way how to unlock this power-up, or who came up with this ridiculous new ability. The only thing we could find is some old Ask Dan editions from December 3rd, 1997 and February 4th, 1998. So we don't really know when this rumor began, but by the looks of it, before the internet was really a thing, meaning that it went completely mainstream. There's also no footage of attempts because YouTube was created in 2005, most likely long after this rumor was born. This could explain why there's little to no information about this weird rumor, but one thing is certain, all of it is fake. So both of these power-ups are quite ridiculous and, as expected, fake. But like we already said before, Nintendo tends to make some pretty weird ones. So really, anything is possible. Another thing that's also possible is that you will look at more videos on our channel! We got more videos like this one on Zelda games, Luigi's Mansion, and way more. So go check it out now, it's all on the channel, it's gonna be great. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell button, because then you truly won't miss anything.